If you like cookie dough cheesecake, then you are going to love today's recipe. Hello everyone. So recently my husband and I went to the Cheesecake Factory, and of course, you know, amongst everything else that they offer is a menu of cheesecakes. And the cheesecake that took front and center on the menu was a cookie dough cheesecake, you guys. And yes, I had to try it for research purposes, of course. And it was absolutely phenomenal. So I thought I can take that same recipe and make it low carb. You guys, it has chunks of cookie dough. It's got an Oreo cookie crumb and the creaminess of the cheesecake filling. And an added bonus, you guys, I am making it a no-bake version. So everything that you need to put this together is up there on the screen. So gather everything up and I will show you how to put this deliciousness together coming up next. So as I mentioned earlier, there are 3 parts to this recipe. We've got the Oreo cookie crumb, we've got the cookie dough, and then we've got the creamy filling. So you guys come in close and I will start with putting together the cookie dough. Okay, for our cookie dough, we are going to start with some granulated sweetener. Into it, vanilla extract, melted butter. Give this a mix. Into this, we are going to add our almond flour. And this has been sifted. And continue to mix until well combined. Okay, now after putting all of the almond flour into this mixture, it is still a little bit too crumbly for me. In other words, the cookie dough won't hold together, which is what I needed to do. So just add some more butter. All right, everyone, this is definitely more of the consistency that I was looking for. It's not as grainy, and as you can see, it definitely clumps together. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is add in our chocolate chips. And this looks good, but I think it can be better. So I'm going to add a little bit more of these chocolate chips. And then after I do that, this will be ready for the fridge to set while we put together our Oreo cookie crumb. Okay, now off to the fridge this will go for a few minutes while we put together the crumble. And then this also will allow it to set, and it will make making these cookie dough balls a lot more easy. Next, we have our Oreo cookie crumble. We're going to start with some almond flour. To it, we're going to add some granulated sweetener, some black cocoa powder, and this is what gives it that Oreo cookie flavor. Go ahead and give this a mix. A pinch of salt. And that, of course, enhances the flavor. Vanilla extract. And some melted butter. And then mix until all of the ingredients are well incorporated. Okay, everyone, as with the cookie dough, you want to make sure that this has enough butter just so that this crust can hold together. Let's just take a little bit of it in our fork and just press it down, because that's what we're going to end up doing with the cupcake liners, is pressing it into the liners. And that's staying together. So this is good. Okay, so at this point, you guys, I'm going to bring over our cupcake tins, and we are going to press these crumbs into place. All right, everyone, so these are my cupcake tins, which I have sprayed with some nonstick cooking spray, and use a neutral flavored cooking spray unless you like olive oil flavored cheesecake. So, all right, so just a little tip there as well. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little cookie scoop and just scoop some of this to the bottom. Of each one of these tins. Okay, now that this is done, we just need to press this into place. So I've got a little measuring cup here. Just gonna use this and just press it into place, just like that. Okay. Okay, now this is ready for the fridge. So I'm going to put this in the fridge and I am going to bring back the cookie dough batter and I'm going to form miniature cookie balls. And then after that, you guys, we are going to put together the cheesecake filling. Okay, now this is the cookie dough that has been in the fridge for about 10, maybe 15 minutes or so. So I think the easiest way to deal with forming these little balls that's going to go into the filling of this cheesecake is just to pinch and drop, you guys. Take a little bit like this and drop. And just continue doing this until we get through all of this batter. Okay, I am going to put these in the freezer so they can set. And then the next thing that you will see is me putting together the filling. For our cream cheese filling, we are going to start with combining some powdered sweetener and some room temperature cream cheese. And guys, make sure that the sweetener that you use is in fact powdered sweetener. We are not baking this, which means that if you were to use granulated sweetener, then this would end up being grainy. And that's not what we want. We want a smooth, creamy consistency. And blend. All right, you guys, this is now smooth and creamy, and I survived the powdered sugar storm. So at this stage, you guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make sure that I get all of this batter off of these prongs. And then the next step would be to mix in some lemon juice and some vanilla extract. Now that all of our cream cheese batter is in this bowl, let's go ahead and add in some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Lemon juice just makes the flavor of food just so bright and refreshing. Absolutely love it. And lastly, vanilla extract. And combine. Okay, we are on the final stretch of this filling. Last thing that we need to do is to fold in that heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream that I previously whipped in order to save some time. Okay, fold this in. All right, now this filling is ready. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, go off to the fridge, and I am going to get my Oreo cookie liners and my cookie dough. And then we will assemble these cheesecakes. All right, everyone, the final stretch, time to assemble. So I've got my Oreo cookie crumble here that is nice and firm. And then I also have my cookie dough, which is also nice and firm. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with putting a little bit of this filling into each one of these tins and just spread it around a little bit. I need something better to do that. Maybe a little tablespoon will work. Okay, that works much better. So spread this around to cover the top of the Oreo cookie crumble. Next, we are going to drop in a couple of these, about 3 per tin. All right, press them in. And then we are going to cover the top of this with some more of this cream cheese filling. Now smooth it out, making sure that you press into the ridges of the liner, and then continue until they are all done. Okay, everybody. Thing of beauty. So at this point, what we need to do is go ahead and put these in the fridge so that this cream cheese can go ahead and get firm again. And then at that point, I'll be back with you and we will do the reveal. Okay, you guys, these are out of the fridge. They have set. So let's go ahead and take one to plate it. And look at that. Beautiful. And let's make it a little bit more fancy. Let's go ahead and take a little bit more of this cookie crumble and just sprinkle just a little bit on top. All right, everyone. The moment we have been waiting for. Lord, I thank you. Perfect bite. It's got the crumble, it's got a piece of that cookie dough, and of course that cream cheese filling. You guys, this is what I have to say about this. Cheesecake Factory needs to call me if they're looking for a sugar-free, low-carb version of their cookie dough cheesecake. That's no bake. You guys, this is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Each layer of this complements the other. You've got the Oreo cookie flavor coming through, you've got the cookie dough flavor coming through, and of course, that cheesecake. Unbelievably delicious. You guys, please do try it. Leave the comments that you did and let me know how you feel about it. And remember, you guys, it is a great day and you continue to make it your own kind of special by taking recipes that you would not normally eat because they're lower in carbs, they're heavy in sugars, and make them low carb as I've done here today. Thank you guys again so very much for being here. Remember to keep growing, keep thriving, and keep pushing those boundaries. And I will see you guys real soon. Thanks again. Useful tip number 1. Instead of taking this cookie dough and forming it into miniature balls, what you can do is you can just simply take it, put it on top of your Oreo cookie crumb, and then press this into place. And now you have both the flavor of the Oreo cookie along with your cookie dough. My next useful tip is don't buy powdered sugar. You can make it at home. You take your regular granulated sweetener or sugar, put it into your blender, and you guys, you blend it. And we have got some powdered sugar. So you guys, make it at home when you need it and save yourself some coins.